as we know, social needs are the strongest force that allow students and people in general to be most dependent on the gadgets. So it is dependent on social networking sites and smartphone. For facts and difference issues occurring could be misleading because too much usage of a gadget can lead to negative social implications towards someone. Smartphones have grown to be such an important part of our life. There have been several studies performed by different groups of individuals that show a correlation between individual personalities and emotion with gadgets. Social anxiety and loneliness happen to be the two important characteristics that can be negatively correlated with gadget usage. Social anxiety and loneliness are both factors that add to most poor quality relationships of the lack thereof. According to the Blah Mental Report in 2011, social anxiety is characterized by an intense or pervasive fear of negative evaluation or of acting in a manner that is potentially embarrassing while under the scrutiny of others. A recent study showed that the Big Five personality, which is extroversion, agreeableness, openness, conscientiousness, and neuroticism, are displayed through gadget usage. In a study by several contributors, participants were separated into different groups based on the levels of social anxiety or loneliness that they display. The Wilcoxon-Mann-Whitney test was used to evaluate the factors of social anxiety and loneliness brought by smartphone usage and dependence. The factors that contributed to individuals with high levels of social anxiety were the ones who make outgoing calls in the evening and barely receiving incoming calls. This demonstrated that the individuals basically avoided confrontation with others based on their smartphone usage. So as far as loneliness, the individuals barely receive any incoming calls under any circumstances. So as we can see, the addiction to gadgets will make a person lack of real-life communication with another person that will make them lose confidence to communicate with people in real life. It is because they are more comfortable to communicate with others through gadget. So this basically will affect their relationship with family and friends. An easy example that can be seen in our country is during Idul Fitri, where we will visit our relative and neighbor. Kids and teenagers nowadays rarely communicate each other when we meet during Idul Fitri because they were too addicted to the gadget until they ignore other people. Hence, it will affect the family bonding and excitement of Idul Fitri will become fake.
Excessive usage of gadgets has its consequences on both physical and psychological health. Interestingly, the issue has become so grave that even a term is coined for the same nomophobia, meaning a form of anxiety disorder. Other psychological terms used are obsessions and impulse control disorder. Important effects of excess gadgets used on our body are as follows. First, insomnia. We hardly unplug our mobiles from work and social networks. Instead of relaxing before sleep, we constantly check our mobile looking for updates and play games. The habit increasingly invades our sleep and is the worst thing that we do to our mind and body. In this process, melatonin, a chemical in our body which plays an important role in our natural sleep-wake cycle, gets upset. Melatonin interprets light and darkness and sends a signal to the body during nighttime, which is our time to sleep. Using the phone at night confuses the melatonin, resulting in insomnia. Second, anxiety, poor concentration, stress. We have become exceedingly dependent on our gadgets and have limited our brain activity and learning experiences. We carry a gadget with us everywhere we go. We are so much hooked into the social network professionally and personally that we hardly have any time for ourselves. We become restless without gadgets and have no clue how to spend the time. This leads to stress and anxiety. Third, aggression. Addiction may lead to mood swings and other problems including aggression. You must have seen people getting annoyed when your phone is taken away. It is mostly observed in teens that they usually got restless and agitated when their time is done on gadgets or they are asked to stop using them. This can also lead to behavioral issues. Next, back posture and eye problems. People continuously tilt their head forwards, inflicting strain on their neck and back, which results in disturbed posture. Constant use of gadgets can cause strain to the eye muscles, causing eye problems. The last one is car accidents. Mobile phone use has become an increasing cause for car accidents all over the world. Research reveals that texting and driving can be as dangerous as drinking and driving. Too much of anything is bad.
Really, the most important part of limiting our gadget use is to define why exactly you want to do it. And now, thanks to Firdaus and Aiman, we have some pretty good reasons. Now that that's out of the way, we need to figure out how you want to replace the attention that we once had towards digital gadgets towards something that's more meaningful. And the way that we want to do this is by using a book written by Cal Newport titled Digital Minimalism. In the book, Cal shows us some really great examples of how people limit their gadget use in their day-to-day lives. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the 3 steps that I found to be most effective. The second step is I went on my phone and I removed all notifications for all of my apps except for the direct notification apps. And after I did these 2 steps, 90% of your phone will be pretty much useless for most of your day. And at first, this can seem pretty weird and even scary at first. But after a while, you'll find that it actually gives you a lot of time to implement step 3, which is to replace your passive attention with active attention. Passive attention is when you go on Instagram and you look at a picture and you think, oh, that's cool, or you go onto YouTube and you look at a video and think, oh, that's kind of interesting, and then you go on to the next video, and the next, and the next, and we fall into the rabbit hole that I'm sure we're all very familiar with, spending hours of time into something that really gives us no value or benefit, and definitely doesn't give any fulfillment. Active attention, on the other hand, is to invest your time into something that you actually want to do. For me, it was reading, and after I implemented these 3 steps, I found myself being able to read 2.5 books in the span of just 2 weeks, and that was something that was a really big achievement for me. I hope these 3 steps can really help you guys in limiting your gadget use. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you later.